Avocados are not just for making guacamole. They can actually be transformed into creamy, dairy-free desserts like the chocolate avocado ice cream that we're making today. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Clean Eating Kitchen. I'm Carrie, and I'm the creator of the website cleaneatingkitchen.com and the creator of this channel. And I've been using a real food diet to help manage my PCOS and autoimmune disease for many years. And so my whole mission with this channel is to help share some of the easy recipes and tips so you can feel your best too. So avocados are a really healthy fruit. Yes, they're actually a fruit, and they're full of fiber and vitamins and minerals, including magnesium. And avocados are actually really versatile. I have made an avocado chocolate pudding video before, which I will link up on the screen. And then I also recently made my creamy detox smoothie using avocado, and I will link that on the screen and in the description box below. So let's jump into making our creamy vegan and paleo chocolate avocado ice cream. So this recipe is very easy. We're going to be blending it in our Vitamix blender. You can actually also make this in a food processor or a regular blender, but I find using a high-speed blender will make sure that the ingredients get really creamy. We're going to start with 2 ripe avocados, and I have a simple way for opening my avocados and getting out the flesh, and that is simply to give them a wash with some soap and water, pat them dry, and then use a sharp knife to cut around the edges, and then just use your hands to twist the avocados open, and then use a spoon to scoop out the flesh, and then just repeat that with the second avocado. So we're using 2 ripe, medium-sized avocados for this ice cream recipe, and then the next ingredient is about 1/2 cup of homemade coconut beverage. Now, I got a lot of questions about this ingredient when I posted this recipe on my website, and I actually like to make homemade coconut beverage. I'm going to tell you really quickly how I do that. I actually showed you the full recipe in my cherry coconut smoothie bowl recipe, but the general recipe for making homemade coconut beverage is to take about 1 cup of unsweetened coconut shreds. They're dried, and you put them in your Vitamix with about 3.5 cups of warm water, and then just blend the coconut with the water for about 30 seconds. You just need to squeeze the mixture through a nut milk bag, and you will have homemade coconut beverage. If you want to buy your homemade coconut beverage, it's found in a carton, either in the refrigerator section or on the shelf of your local grocery store. It's slightly different from the canned coconut milk that you can also buy. It's probably most similar to a light canned coconut milk. It's a little bit lighter than that, but you could also use canned coconut milk. But I find that just this 1/2 cup of coconut beverage is great for this recipe. And if you don't like coconut or you're intolerant to coconut, you could also use unsweetened almond milk for this recipe. And next we're going to use some pure maple syrup, and I will link to the full recipe that is located on my website, cleaneatingkitchen.com. I will link to that in the description box below. And I also wanted to let you know that I do have a quick start guide for eating gluten-free and dairy-free, which I will also link below. Next, we're going to use some cocoa powder. You can also use cacao powder. You can also use carob in this recipe. And then we're going to use some vanilla extract, pure vanilla extract, just a little bit. And then the last ingredient I thought would be nice is just a little tiny pinch of pink sea salt, and that just kind of helps bring out the flavor. Salt added to sweet recipes actually almost enhances the sweetness. So then we're just going to blend this up, and what we're going to have is actually going to be a delicious chocolate pudding if you don't want to freeze it. But then to make the ice cream, of course, we're going to have to freeze it. Now you don't need an ice cream maker to make this recipe, and I will show you what it's like after it's frozen. But first, let's go ahead and blend it up. That did not take very long at all. Using my Vitamix, you can see that it is very thick and creamy. It is going to be the perfect base for our ice cream. So what I'm going to do is pour it into a freezer safe bowl. This makes probably about 6 to 8 servings, I would estimate. And then I just like to smooth the top, so then after it's frozen, It's just easier to scoop out that way. So this is the base of our chocolate avocado ice cream. I'm just going to cover it and then put it in the freezer for about 4 to 6 hours. Now I have another batch that I made this morning that has been freezing. So I'm gonna go ahead and scoop that one and then we'll give it a taste. If you are a chocoholic like me, then I think you are really going to love this recipe. You can't taste the avocado, I promise. And you can see it is so creamy with no dairy. It is just avocado and a few other ingredients. So let me give it a taste. The chocolate flavor is prominent, and then you just have that creamy texture. And I can't believe this is made from avocados. I hope you love this recipe too. And I will go ahead and link to that avocado chocolate pudding recipe. You can check out that video too. And I will see you in the next video. Bye everybody.